Yeah, we should probably do that. No, I clicked record.
Now
that
you're really
records
hot.
for both of us.
Okay, your mic's really hot.
I didn't do anything different to my mic.
I know. Maybe because we're recording it, jacks something up.
How's that? That better?
All right, let's do the whole show over.
Keep turning the gain down. So
yeah, don't mess with that.
Is this good? Are you happy now?
Do it again.
Are you good now? Is this fine?
Yeah,
okay.
That's good.
I just won't shout.
Waiting for the song to finish.
How long is this damn song?
Like 30 seconds or...
It's like an hour and a half. It's fine.
60, it's 90 minutes. What the hell? It's 47 seconds to go.
You said it was 30 seconds.
Well, when it's on the screen and I clip it in 30-second segments. So I guess maybe it's a minute and a half. It like repeats itself twice. So I always just do one clip and then I take it out. But now that it's on here, I don't have to keep adding the audio when we're editing.
I'm supposed to let everyone know they're being recorded.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Don't use my likeness without payment. Does that work?
I don't know. My likeness has been used.
Yes, it has. In the licensing deal. Okay, the music's ready. Okay. Ready?
Sure.
Hi, buddy.
Having the weirdest case of deja vu.
It's like we've done this before. Literally like 3 minutes ago.
I swear I just heard this.
It's a very popular song. You probably hear it when you're sleeping.
It's very dramatic. My heart rate's going up.
Yeah, it's called Ready to Fight. That's maybe why.
Really? That's the name of this? Is Ready to Fight?
Ready to Fight by David Fesliyan Studios. I think I said this name right.
Yeah, probably not.
We won't get monetized anytime we use it. It's free, and all you gotta do is mention, by David Fesliyan Music Studios. But I still got a copyright claim, even though I did everything they're telling you to do.
Well, we both represent everything that YouTube hates.
Yeah.
I mean, we're white. We're men.
We're cops.
We're cops.
Damn. That's
pretty much we're pretty much everything that's wrong in the world.
Yeah. So how was your...
But I have conservative leanings in my political ideology. So, I'm pretty much the devil.
You're the devil. El Diablo. There's that guy walking in front of the car and on Seinfeld when the Puddy's going to the hockey game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Puddy's walking in front of the preacher's car. He's all dressed up as a New Jersey Devil fan.
Yeah, he's going to the Devil's game.
Yeah, he's like, Devils! And he goes, El Diablo.
El Diablo. Dios mío.
So, happy Monday.
It's a Monday.
It's Monday. We started doing this an hour ago.
It's just 45 minutes
ago.
Monday.
Yeah, and you've had quite a day off yesterday with being your first day off and then having to deal with rain and little league fields and pushing stuff everywhere.
Oh, no. I dealt with that on Saturday, which is a work day for me.
That's worse.
Yes.
I thought it was yesterday.
No. Yesterday I sat my ass on the couch and didn't move.
Oh, that's a plan.
Yeah.
That was
I needed that. That
was also my plan because we left Atlanta. Joey on Saturday night, Joey's like, so what time's your plane get out? On Sunday maybe we can barbecue before you go. I'm like, yeah, it says we board at 5:55 in the morning. He goes, you're going to have to leave here at 4:00 because the Atlanta airport is absolutely effing insane. Swear to God. It's the worst airport I've ever been to.
Well, that's a major hub.
Yeah. But I'm thinking Sunday morning. So I had to get up at 3, went to bed at 10. I guess 5 hours of sleep isn't bad for like a 22-year-old, but for a 57-year-old, it sucks.
How many hours?
5, 10 to 3.
I can tell you as a 36-year-old, 5 is not enough.
Okay.
In the 20s, yeah. 20s, you can make that work.
Yeah. That's 30.
In my 20s, I could do 5 hours of sleep, roll out of bed, and go straight to PT and be like fine.
All right.
Now, no.
Yeah, I
awful.
It was horrible, and I thought, and then we get to the airport at 4:35, 4:40, and ain't but one fucking place to have breakfast, some bagel place. So, and the line was longer than,
my Johnson.
Definitely.
That's the joke that's supposed to be made.
Right. I was going to say a Milky Way bar is too, but anyways.
Fun-sized?
Give me some credit. So I'm like, I'm not standing in this freaking line because I saw a vending machine that had Pop-Tarts in it. And I haven't eaten sugar or any of that stuff in a long time. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going for the Pop-Tarts. No coffee.
Oof.
It was brutal. I had a Diet Coke on the plane. I forgot to take my Dramamine. I got home. I'm like, F this. I'm going to go lay on the couch. And then I'm like, I've got way too much shit to do to just lay on the couch all day.
Oh, so did I. I just didn't care. It's one of those things. You just got to the point where I was like, no, I can't do this. I have to sit.
Well, I'm glad you got a chance to do it. I went through all the stuff I got and started, posting and picturing and all that other shit before I even got to the actual woodworking I was supposed to do, which I didn't do.
Yeah. Because I worked, what was it, Thursday night? I usually get home around 2. By the time I grab something to eat real quick and get into bed, it's like 2:30, sometimes 3 o'clock. So got up Friday, went and helped work on the Little League fields to get them ready for opening ceremonies. Went to work that night. Got home, same soup, around 2 a.m. Then wake up to frantic text messages and phone calls at 7 a.m. That the main field that we were going to use is not usable. And
underwater.
Now it's moving 46 teams, 550 kids, parents, and everything to a different field.
Before you go to work.
Yes, and then do the opening ceremonies and then go to work that night.
Which major league player who used to play in your league came back to throw out the first pitch?
We don't have one of those.
How about a major league player that you coached?
Well, there's spring training going on.
Yeah, well, and the World Baseball Classic starting. So
yeah, so our former league president threw out the first pitch.
Okay, he or she?
He.
Okay.
So that was cool.
Good. And then it was off to work.
And then it was off to work.
All right. Were you in uniform? Not your baseball uniform, but okay.
No.
Mad scramble just you bring your shit, or is your stuff already in the locker?
My stuff's already in the locker.
So you get dressed at work? I
do.
Okay. I will wear my whole uniform day one. I'll leave my shirt and my vest stays at work. So my gear, I just put my uniform on, minus the vest, the belt. So when I get to work, when I'm done with that shift and I have to come back the next day, I just leave my uniform shirt, hanging. So the next day I don't have to come all dressed up again.
Well, it's nice because before, all my, my form box, my plates and the carrier and all the miscellaneous stuff that you load into the car was all in the trunk of my personal car, and I have to ferry it back and forth. Well, now I have an equipment locker.
Yeah, nice.
It pays to know the admin, Lieutenant.
Yeah. We have one locker that all that goes into, plus your uniforms and stuff. It's a pretty big ass locker.
Yeah. Well, we have one locker for that too, but ours is very narrow.
Okay. We had the high school hallway lockers when I started, and you couldn't. That's
what we have now.
Okay, you have to flip your bag sideways and cram it in there if you wanted to put it in there. So mine always stayed in my car, my personal car. It was staying in the front seat.
Yeah.
Luckily, no one broke in and stole any of that stuff.
Yeah, so now I have an equipment locker that I can put all that stuff in, and it's all of a sudden my car's getting better gas mileage.
Go figure.
Yeah.
So what else happened over the weekend for you? Anything?
Not much. I all of a sudden got very busy. Now I went from being caught up on orders to now I have 1, 2, 3, at least 3, and one of them is for 3 items.
All right, cool.
So,
can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that at the main show. And this is why you listen to the main show.
Main show.
You come to the pre-show for the laughs.
Hopefully.
Stay for the main show for, I don't know, more laughs.
Yeah. I got another hat I'm going to show you. I might have to put it on during the show.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because your head looks cold.
Yeah, I shaved. I didn't do it. Yesterday, one of the things I needed to get done was to shave my head because my St. Baldricks fundraiser was Friday night. And of course, I wasn't there because I was in Atlanta.
You say you were somewhere else, weren't you?
Yes, I was down at Workbench Con 23, which we will do a wrap up on during the show because it was a fantastic time and we missed you. And Kim's like, why isn't Brandon here? I'm like, he couldn't make it this year. Maybe next year. Plus, the timing would have been bad even if you had bought a ticket, and then you being the commissioner, whatever the hell it is of your league, little league.
No. I am not the commissioner. I am not the president. I am
you're the
league
media
information officer and the coach safety thing, to where I look up the background checks on people.
So you could have missed the whole weekend?
I could have. However, our current president is also a cop.
Yeah.
And he has a very specialized skill that was needed for multiple days while dealing with what I'm calling an evil genius.
Okay.
So he was unable to be there, and I love everybody that's on this board. However, they sometimes have trouble making decisions, and I don't.
You're trained not to.
Yeah, so I made a lot of decisions for people, and without me there, and I'd even talking to Annie afterwards, she's like, "No, thank God you were there, because."
Can you imagine doing that from Atlanta?
No, I would have felt horrible.
Yeah, I would have been bad.
Saturday, I would have not been pleasant to be around because I would have been
Yeah.
moping around, feeling bad for myself.
So the plan for you next year is you start today, this little side account, and then every time you sell something, you slide $4 over there.
Well, Annie and I have talked, and she wanted me to go this year, and there was a long conversation about the opening day stuff and what I felt I needed to be around for. And the decision that we came to is, okay, fine, you'll stay for this one. But next year I'm staying on site. And if I need to work a couple of extra shifts to squirrel away, I figure probably about $3,000 for tickets, hotel, flying, all that crap, and miscellaneous stuff.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to work a couple extra.
Excellent. You have your little Workbench Con.
What we call pay cars.
Account.
And
yeah. I might actually work overtime too now, since it's during the day.
Yeah. Well, see, I thought I'd work a lot more overtime now that I'm on a swing shift. And it's like, well, it's not like I'm missing out on family time because everyone's asleep.
Right.
It turns out that by the time 1 o'clock rolls around, I'm really tired. I want to go home.
Yeah. I also made another decision over the weekend. Not the weekend, last week, because we didn't talk last week. I took a test for State Farm online.
Okay.
I was applying for a job. One of my commanders who retired after 30 years is now a State Farm claims specialist investigator guy.
Yeah.
So he loves it. I was talking to him about it. He's like, I said, I'm thinking I need a job. I think I need a job. I don't know, at 57. So he's like, all right. So he sends me a link, the job info, and then a link to apply and all that stuff. And he referred me. So I fill out the application, and I get an email to take an assessment test online. So now I'm like looking into assessment tests online on YouTube, and look, what are you gonna have?
Trying to game it.
Yeah, like what is it gonna entail? And there's like 9 boxes, and there's 8. There's 8 numbers.
Assessment. I don't think it's pass fail.
You have to. Oh, it is. You have to figure out which number is missing by figuring out what the formula is, all this shit. I'm doing all that stuff. And I'm like, you have to take it within like 6 days. So I'm like, it was getting closer. I'm like, God damn, I'm just going to take this damn assessment test. Be damned. So I sit down here at the computer. You need audio and headphones. So the first part of this assessment test is like you work at a company that sells a product. You're selling a product. So a customer's calling in, a form comes up on your computer and they do a diagnostic check of your computer. And then a form comes up and you have to enter, this person says, my name's Joe Smith. I want one of those Carolina killer chickens with his head cut off. I want it shipped in 2 days. I'm paying with my credit card. The number is blah, blah, blah. My address is, and you have to fill in the boxes. You know, I don't type fast. So I'm like, peck, 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 peck. I'm doing that. And they give you 3 customers. They're all different shipping days. They offer 3 different shipping days, you got to enter credit card information, addresses, all that stuff. I did all that great. That's easy. Because I can type when they're talking, you know. The next part of the test is an actual typing test. I took one like in 1990 where I typed 7 words a minute, some ridiculously low amount of words. So I'm like, they give you 2 paragraphs and it's like a letter to a client that wrote in and was disappointed at your product. And you have to type back that same exact thing in the box below.
Oh, you can't just reply, well, that's too damn bad.
Right. You got the wrong person. Let me forward you to our complaint department. No, you have to type the same exact thing within 2 minutes. Each time I typed most of the first paragraph. None of the second paragraph or the closing line. So I thought, okay, it's done. I texted my buddy Adam, like, there's no fucking way I'm passing this test. I'm not passing. He's like, hopefully a human has seen your resume because part of it is knowing home construction. So when we redid my resume, we put all the DIY stuff and my contractor construction stuff all at the top. Then the police stuff and the investigative portion. So like 3 days later, I get an email I passed. So then they want me to do my virtual HR interview. And I've done 1 virtual interview for a police department when I was going for jobs last year. So, you know, doing a neutral background, not the shop, wear a tie, a suit and tie. And then I started looking up stuff on YouTube about those questions.
Quick question about your virtual interview.
Yeah.
Suit and tie, were you wearing pants?
You don't have to.
I know.
I was.
Okay.
Now, side note, one of the local sportscasters here that had been around for like 40 years, Mark Giangreco, he started on the NBC channel. And on Thursdays, he would do sports shorts. So while he's at the desk, he's got a suit on. And then people would send him boxer shorts, like different sports themed boxer shorts. And he'd stand up and he just had boxer shorts on. So he did it for like a year until finally, I guess, the news director
somebody complained.
You can't be standing up in your underwear anymore. So you can wear a suit with nothing on underneath the table.
Yeah.
But you have like 4 days to do that. And I think like Thursday was the cutoff, last Thursday, right before I left for Workbench Con. So I was looking up some stuff on YouTube, and then I texted Ed because I would like another job, but it has to be something I'm, passionate about.
Yeah.
And I had told him, I said, listen, I applied for the city in which I live to be the property evidence guy. And one of my friends who I worked with at my other police department, her husband's a commander there. So he had said to her, hey, do you still talk to Mike? I just saw his name come across on an application. She's like, yeah. So she texted me. She's like, hey, Kevin saw your name in an application for the property inventory guy. I'm like, yeah, that was me. She goes, I didn't know what to say because I didn't know if you wanted anyone to know. I go, no, I just haven't mentioned it to anybody. It's in my home. I could drive to work in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And still do evidence stuff and be part of a police department, just be a civilian and work Monday through Friday. So I don't know where that's at the moment, but I mentioned that to Ed and he goes, that's below you. That job's below you. You're way too more valuable than to be doing that job. I'm like, okay. So I go, how do you like the job? And he goes, man, it's really challenging. You really put my MBA to work. I'm like, fuck that. I don't want a harder job.
I don't want a hard job.
No, I'm working my ass off already. I don't want to be stressed working my ass off again.
I already have a hard job.
Right. I want a less stressful job, not invite more stress into my life. So finally, right before the deadline, I've decided, now that I'm on day shift and I get like 13 weeks of vacation, because of my days off and our schedule and personal days and vacation days and flex time and time due. I mean, literally, my buddy Neil said it best, like, you work a third of the year. What do you want to get another job? I go, well, people aren't trying to kill you in the other job. Just one bad thing. So I think I might just stay 4 more years, because it'll be 10% more on my pension. Which, if it was just going to be a year or two, my buddy who's on the pension board, we figured it out. If I stay 2 more years, it's like $3,000 overall that I would be making for 2 more years of being in a dangerous job. But if I stay 4 more years, it gives me 25 pensionable, which is 62.5% of my salary at the time I retire. So that might be close to 70 grand by then. So that's better than 50 grand.
Yes, that is better.
So
70 is more than 50.
Yes. So I'm thinking.
I math good.
Yeah, you do. I think I'm just going to stay for 4 more years. I think I came to a realization that I love my job, and I love being on day shift, and I love the guys I work with, and I think I'm just going to stay. So unless some other, I'm not putting in for any more jobs. So I did put in previously for 2 of those property control evidence guys at 2 different departments, one of them being my home city where I live. So if I get a phone call, I get a phone call, but I'm not going to be looking for anything. Just going to do what I do and work.
And that's all that you do.
Yeah. And we'll just go from there. So that's some news on the personal front that I've been fighting with.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I look forward to.
You're going to retire old as hell.
I'm going to be 61 pushing a squad car.
I mean,
wait, what's the date?
If you get 60-something% of your annual salary, why not
62.5% at that point? And it's 2.5% a year. So if
why not try and promote and get a little bit more?
Well, here's the thing. There will be a sergeant's test this summer. And we're going to have some movement. I'm going to take the test, but here's the issue. And there will be a new sergeant. When that new sergeant gets promoted, right to nights. No fucking way am I working more nights.
No, not doing it again.
Not going to do it. Nope. So what I would do, though, Brandon, is take the promotion and the pay bump and then retire. Because it's like 12% more.
Yeah.
So I would get a higher rate of pay. Yeah.
You want to hear something wild? My department just promoted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people to sergeant. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sergeants to lieutenant.
Wow. We don't even have. We've got 4 sergeants, just so everyone here knows, 1 per shift. We have 2 commanders, investigations, and patrol. But actually, no, we have 1 for investigations. He's a lieutenant, but they give him commander title, whatever. And then the deputy chief is the patrol commander. So our chief's going to go soon. Deputy chief moves up to chief. Someone's going into the DC position. I don't know who's going to get that, but one of the sergeants will be promoted to lieutenant, patrolman to sergeant. And there you have it. Then all the sergeants are young and can be much more of a movement.
Yeah, we're getting lots of young sergeants. And the thing that's scary is there's a lot of times that, like, having now worked for a couple of them, just onesie-twosie days here and there, I know more than them.
I trained 3 of our 4.
I shouldn't know more than them.
Well, it depends. No, if they've been in
the
department longer than you. Right.
I shouldn't know. Like, they're all senior to me. I should not know more than them.
Right. In my case, they're all younger, and I trained them all, the 3 of the 4. So yeah, I still know more than them. But they have their own. Like, a couple of the guys are on our NIPUS team, which is the Northern Illinois Police Emergency Service Team. So SWAT team, crowd control, us, bike patrol. I don't know any of that part of the job. So they have me there. but they don't have me with the evidence and everything else and general overall experience stuff. So, but yeah, I think it took some weight off my shoulders when I just decided to stay.
Well, that's how you know it's kind of the right decision.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun for a while.
Wow.
And when it's not, you just
hopefully
go.
for 4 years.
Right.
And if it's
4
not,
years, I could do 4 years standing on my head.
And if it's not fun, then you just double bird it and leave.
Right. Goodbye. I'm out.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
All right. So what do you say we got some announcements coming up?
Yeah, we should go to the main show and do all the announcements. I can't wait to find out what they are.
Me too.
This anticipatory music is perfect.
What's coming up? What's coming up?
The major announcements on the Handcuffs and Sawdust podcast. Brought to you by SearchPrepSanding.com.
And go!
Am I doing this again?
No.
I'm very confused. I'm scared. What do? I don't know what to do with my hands.
Put them in your lap.
I need an adult.
All right. See you guys on the other side.
Okay,
Peace.
bye.